Hello, my friends. Good morning. Today is the last day of Lionel Messi's contract. Nothing new has been signed. What is going on? Should all Cules around the world panic? Probably not. Probably not. I'm being dramatic. It's probably not a big deal. He's just at Copa America. They're working out the details. It'll probably be signed this week. No big deal. Let's get this party started the right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right. We got, well, let me pull up my chat here first. Unprepared, as always. Good morning, Hazries. How you doing, sir? Get this going. Hang on. We'll be ready in just a second. Pop that out. Copy this. Referee, good morning, sir. How we feeling? Click that. Paste there. Save changes. And we're good. Okay. So, folks, not a lot of news coming out of Barcelona today, but a couple things we can talk about. Conrad De La Fuente officially going to Marseille as an American. A little bit disappointing, but also it is what it is. I think that's kind of the reality of it. You could sit here and say, oh, no, I want him to stay at Barcelona. He'd be this and he'd be that. Truth of the matter is we just brought in Aguero, we just brought in Depay, and he already wasn't getting playing time for Barcelona's senior squad. He came up pretty fast through the ranks of the U19 and then Barcelona B, but then kind of hit that roadblock where he couldn't quite make it in to the starting 11 or get playing time. He did have a few minutes early on in Champions League group stage last year, but just not enough. So for someone who is looking for consistent playing time, someone who's looking to make a World Cup roster for next year, I think it's a smart move for Conrad to go to Marseille. Now, reports were saying that Barcelona did want to have a buyback clause, but because of some restrictions in League One, that is not going to be the case. However, Barcelona do get a good chunk. I believe it was up to 50% of any future transfer fees. So let's say he does go to Marseille and become a huge superstar. If Barcelona want to buy him back, it would be at a discount because half that money would go back to them. So, not too bad. Not too bad. Barcelona with an option to get him back on the cheap if they want to. I don't think there's anything in there with them being first option to sign or anything like that, though, unfortunately. Nice. Referee just finished his third year in university. Congrats, my friend. One more to go, probably. Do I think Messi is going to stay? I do. I think if he wasn't going to stay, we would be hearing a lot more rumors at this point about him negotiating with other clubs, but there have been no rumors. There were rumors rampant last summer of Man City and PSG going after him, but this year there's been nothing. There's been nothing at all other than, well, we're just waiting for him to sign his contract. Just sitting and waiting. Did I see Fabrizio Romano, Junior Firpo to Leeds? Yes. I did see that confirmed, and Vipula, I'll give you credit. I do believe it was you in the chat yesterday saying that that was going to be happening, and it is confirmed. It was not, was not put out early on, Monday, actually. I believe that's when it was brought up. Was not confirmed yet on Monday when we were doing Wake Up in Barca, but it is a done deal. Junior Firpo going to Leeds. We're just shipping out wingbacks to the Premier League, apparently, with Samito going to Wolverhampton a couple years ago, and now Junior Firpo going to Leeds. I wish him the best. I think he had some opportunities, but maybe not enough consistent playing time at Barcelona to really get his footing there. He played great at Betis in years past for the La Liga squad, but it is what it is. So there's the first two out for the summer, right? I think that's our first two. Have we sold anybody else yet? I don't think we've sold anybody else yet. So Junior Firpo to Leeds. Conrad De La Fuente to Marseille. Sergio Roberto is likely to leave. And then it's really going to be dipping into that front line. I did a little video on Monday of who's potentially going to be leaving. But so far, nothing has happened yet. But out of, Dembele, Griezmann, and Trincao, I think 2 or 3 of them are going to leave. Vipula claiming he's the Fabrizio Romano of this chat. That's a big title, my man. If you want to take that on, that's a big title. Pedri to be part of Olympic squads. They're going to burn the boy. Hopefully not, but he is young. When you gotta think, when you're 19, you can run for days. But I hear you that you don't necessarily want to risk burning him out all summer long. He did have a long campaign with Barcelona on top of that. Todibo to Nice. Yes, I forgot about that one simply because he hasn't been playing for Barcelona. He's been loaned out pretty much the whole time that we've actually had him. So Todibo to Nice, that's the third one. What else we got going on? Referee says Busquets accepted his lower salary. Yeah, Busquets, Piqué, Griezmann are all going to have to take salary cuts if they want to hang out. I don't know if Pedri actually needs rest or not. We'll see. We'll find out come August, September when the La Liga season actually gets going. We'll find out then. In the meantime, why don't we dive in to some news? We'll just start with Barcelona news. I would imagine the headlines are going to be Lionel Messi. Dude, yeah, England won yesterday. That was a fun match. Again, sorry I haven't been streaming the Euro matches, but you know who else needs a rest? This guy. It's summertime. I'm busy with a couple of other things going on right now outside of the channel, unfortunately. So I'm just kind of prioritizing getting that stuff done. I'm always going to be here for the Wake Up and Barcas. And I want to make sure that I catch some of the later matches going into the quarters, the semis, and the finals. Good morning, Ayush, my Indian nephew. How you doing, brother? I'm actually not going to be here for the Euro finals. That's a little bit disappointing. I'm going to be traveling next weekend, folks. So the Friday Wake Up in Barca is going to be interrupted. It's going to be on the go. It's going to be mobile. I'll be in Las Vegas, Nevada for a day. And then I'll be traveling out to Utah to do some hiking. So I'm not going to be here for the semifinals or the finals of the Euro, but I will be back for the Gold Cup. USA plays 8 o'clock Sunday night when I return. So I'll be out of town for a couple days. I'll do a Wake Up in Barca from the road, and then we'll do Gold Cup when I come back. Brandal, good morning. Boosie took a pay cut. Yeah, we just talked about that. I think Busquets, Piqué, and Griezmann are all lined up for pay cuts. Guardiola suggested Laporta to start the new project with Luis Enrique as he refused to go back to Barcelona to be first team manager. Guys, I've been saying that this entire time. Referee, thank you for bringing that up. Every time that someone was like, oh, Coleman out, we should bring in Pep Guardiola. Google Pep Guardiola back to Barcelona, and you will find quote after quote, video after video of Pep Guardiola specifically saying, no, I'm not going to go back to Barcelona ever. Ever. Okay? If he wanted to go back to Barcelona, he would say it. That no one's going to run him out of Man City for saying that he still loves Barcelona. Okay? When Aguero was leaving, he said he's going to the best club in the world. Okay? That's Manchester City's current manager saying that Barcelona is the best club in the world, and yet nobody made a stink about it. So Pep Guardiola loves the club, but does not want that gig. Does not want to go back to managing Barcelona. He has jokingly said he'd go back and manage Barcelona B. I wouldn't hate it. If he comes in and helps out our youth coming up to get developed and take that next step, I'm all right with that. I'm definitely all right with that. But let go of any hopes of Pep Guardiola managing the first team. It's not going to happen. Argentina might win Copa. They've got a puncher's chance. I think Brazil are still favorites, but Argentina could win it. I mean, some of the other squads this year, not as strong as in years past, like Chile, for example. So maybe this is Argentina's year. We'll see what happens. Oh, this is interesting. Mateus Fernandez contract terminated. All right. We'll get into the Messi stuff after this. But Barcelona are making their moves, guys. They're making their moves. Here's what I think is happening. I think Barcelona are making their moves now, letting players go, because as soon as the Euros and the Copas are over, that's when players really get freed up to start making these swap moves. So we'll see what happens. Brazil against Chile coming up. Yeah, that'll be exciting. All right, so FC Barcelona has informed Brazilian player Mateus Fernandez that the club no longer requires his services and terminating his contract that he had until June 2025. Wow. The player who was born in blah, 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 1988, arrived at Barca in 2020 transfer window, but spent the remainder of the season on loan to Valladolid. He then joined Barca's senior team at the preseason of 2021. That's all that you're going to give me? That's it? All right, we need more on that. We need more. Why would we just release him and not try to sell him somewhere? Was it just to get out of paying his contract? Let's see what goal.com says. Let's see what goal.com says. Barca are going to have, let's see, Conrad to Marcelo is confirmed. Yeah, Ayush, we talked about that up top. I think it's a good move for Conrad. I really do. He needs to get playing time, particularly if he wants to keep progressing with the U.S. men's national team. You got to get playing time. Have to have it. You mean Mariba rejected a club's first offer? Is that what we're saying? Barca are going to have 2 friendly games in July in the Johan Cruyff Stadium. That'll be fun. I think one is going to be Man City, right? Am I wrong about that? No, it is going to be Man City. Pep Guardiola is coming back. That's right. The headline was, Pep Guardiola returns to Barcelona. No one is interested on a player that never played. Fair enough, but still, young guy, had him in contract till 2025. Why wouldn't we look to make a buck off of that? So we'll see what happens. Mateus released by Barcelona after 17 minutes of game time and with 4 years left on contract. That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. What has been said? Confirming the parting of ways. Club's official website. Blaugrana said this. The big picture. Here we go. Mateus made his solitary appearance for Barca. Blah, blah, blah. Acquired a deal with Palmeiras, blah, blah, blah. No further investment in South America will be made as he has been freed to find another club. Barcelona are in the process of freshening up their ranks with a number of comings and goings being muted. Deals have already been lined up for Eric Garcia, Aguero, Emerson, Depay, with a promise of more to come with the likes of Coutinho and Umtiti seeing exits. Okay. That's very possible. Coutinho, Umtiti might be up next. Apparently, Umtiti is saying that he wants to take a pay cut just to stay. I would say no, unless you want that pay cut to go down to 0. If you want to play for the club for free, go ahead. But other than that, I think Umtiti's got to go. In July, might not be as active. Focus on losing weight. Oh, better sleep schedule. Hadris, do that up, man. You can always catch these on record on the upload. Definitely got to take care of yourself. This is, something I don't talk about a lot on the channel, but something that is definitely part of the foundation is that we got to be healthy, folks. We got to be healthy. So that's something that I encourage in my lifestyle. I'll encourage that for all of you. Get your sleep. Get your healthy foods in, right? Have some way of expressing yourself. Those are all healthy tips. Sleep, nutrition, exercise, expression. Those are the top 4 things that I think you need to be, to give yourself the best chance at being happy. The world always has its ups and downs. You can't control what happens really outside of your own mind for the most part. So you got to roll with the punches, but I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us when you do. Absolutely. No news on Pjanic. You're a bit worried. It'll happen. Just wait for the Euros to end, you guys. There's going to be a rash of transfers once the Euros actually end. Zoom chat with subscribers soon. That could be fun. We probably should do something here eventually to treat the subscribers and the people who have officially joined the community. We probably should do that. We'll think of something, Ayush. Keep throwing ideas my way. We'll definitely do something. How to lose weight. I need to lose 15 pounds before I go to boot camp. Wow, Richard, good for you for joining, first of all. So honestly, weight loss is going to be different for everybody, but it does come down to diet and exercise. It's very often calories in, calories out. Don't do anything unhealthy like not eat, right? You have to eat healthy food and exercise. That's really the best way to lose weight. But I'm also not a nutritionist. So read up on it. Everybody's body's a little bit different, but it does come down to eat healthy, eat a lot of healthy food, lots of protein, and then exercise. Take a note of it. Gotcha, Ayush. How to vids. How you been, brother? What do I think of the rumors that Barcelona want to play the Israel-based team coaches by Edwin Koeman? Apparently, their fans say they are the most racist club in the world. I have not heard anything about that. That's interesting. Barcelona to play Israel team. 3 days ago, Barcelona set to play preseason match against Beitar Jerusalem. Soccer powerhouse FC Barcelona hold a preseason game against Beitar Jerusalem this summer. Very interesting. Finished third in their Premier League. Jerusalem municipality will host the match against the team as expected. Yada yada. Hebrew language media sports. Incoming president Isaac Herzog. Yada yada. In May, before the most recent fighting in the Gaza Strip between Israeli military and Hamas terrorist group, the Spanish team was in talks to play in Israel, but the hostilities, which ended in a ceasefire on May 21st, were said to have caused some reluctance with the club to travel to Israel at the time. If August 4th game materializes, it will be the first time Barcelona plays a preseason game in the country. Team led by blah, 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 blah. Messi also traveled, blah, blah, blah. The game was also put in doubt due to fighting the week before the match between Israel and Palestine. Islamic Jihad, the second largest terror group in Gaza after the Strip's Hamas rulers. The year before, by the way, guys, I'm just reading this. Please don't take this as any of my opinion if I am saying stuff that is out of line or subjective. I'm getting into unknown territory here. The year before, Argentina and Messi was scheduled to play, blah, blah, blah. But they canceled the trip short notice after intense pressure from Palestinian officials and activists. I don't know if this is going to happen, you guys. Club officials have in the past said that their hands are tied by a hardcore base of far-right fans who wield significant clout over personnel decisions. All right. A small group of fans known as La Familia has been known to whoop like monkeys when opposing team's player from Africa would touch the ball and chant death to Arabs towards opposing Arab players. Jeez, Lou. All right, so I'm going to say not on board with this. I know that it's hard to group in club and supporters and players all together. Those are different entities. But I'm not a fan of Barcelona really supporting any kind of club that doesn't actively deter their supporters group from saying and doing racist things. So not fully on board with this, kind of hoping that it gets canceled or postponed, or maybe Barcelona use this in some way to leverage change, right? That would be great to see. Anyway, back to the chat. Hazri's staying up till 4 a.m. just for the live stream. I appreciate it, my man. I definitely do. I love having you hang out. Brandall legitimately under the assumption that they were going to play Villarreal until they changed the opponent. Intermittent fasting. Yes, intermittent fasting is good. It's tough to do if you're not eating the right foods. You really do have to make sure that you are eating lots of protein doing intermittent fasting. Hazri's needs to lose 10 to 15. It's not really that hard, but I'm short as hell and focusing to get taller. Good luck with that. That is outside of your control, my man. Douglas asks, when is the Messi contract going to be announced? I hope soon. Let's go ahead and we'll get into that next. Messi contract news. All the reports have been saying that it's pretty much a done deal. We're just waiting to work out some of the, some of the clauses in the contract. But today is the last day that he's actually under contract. So he could, as of tomorrow, sign for somebody else if he wanted to. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think 16 hours ago, Messi contract saga goes to the wire, but club's still optimistic. Spanish football headlines as Messi enters the last day of his contract. Lionel Messi, Barcelona contract live updates. New 2-year deal extension on the cards. That was 47 minutes ago from India.com. Let's go on that. Why not? Little tip of the cap to all my Indian supporters out there. Let's see here. Do I trust Inaki Peña to play La Liga matches for the first month? I wouldn't rely on that. The only reason that's happening is because the coach of Israel team is Coleman's brother. Sure. I guarantee that's the connection. There's some nepotism going on there, but still, you got to think in today's world, you got to be a little bit more selective about who you collaborate with to make money. You know what I mean? Because the friendly is happening so both clubs can make money. That's what's going on. You know, Barcelona get to build their brand in a new country. That club gets to get all of the ticket sales and the merchandise and all of those things from Barcelona coming in. So it's a win-win financially, but you got to think about who you're collaborating with and who you're partnering with. I don't know, Hazries. We got some teenagers in here. So you might be, but I'm not sure. How old are you? We can do that. I don't think I've ever asked people how old they are. So go ahead and put your age in the chat along with your country. We haven't done a country check-in in a while. I know we got India. I know we got England, Northern Ireland. We get New Zealand and Australia in here sometimes. So let's do a quick country shout out and your age, just out of curiosity. Richard joined the Marine Corps. Good for you, brother. Might have missed me speak about it, but what do you think about wanting to renew Dembele's contract for 4 years? I don't hate it. He needs to sign a new contract, and if he doesn't sign a new contract, then that brings his market value down that much more. I'm getting some allergies, excuse me. So with Dembele contract offer, I'd rather have him sign it, and then even if he doesn't stay for those 4 years, it does take his transfer value up a little bit just by having that contract. If he only has a 1-year contract left, then his transfer market value goes down. 18, Texas, USA. Nice. 20 from Morocco. Very cool, very cool. 16, 6 feet, 55 kilograms. Nice. I'm 6 feet, 155 pounds, so not much between us, I don't think. Myanmar, very nice, but nationality is the U.S. Very cool, Hazries. Very cool. Yeah, Omar, Gini Wijnaldum would have been good at Barcelona. Thanks for bringing that up. Oh, boy. All right, Lionel Messi, Barcelona contract live updates. We are 24 hours away. Rumors also suggest that PSG and Man City are interested in getting the services of the Argentine icon. What happens remains to be seen. Stay tuned to this space, blah, 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 blah. Live updates. We'll read more. Here's the thing I was just reminded of. If Barcelona do not renew Messi's contract before midnight, he is officially a free agent. If he's to stay at Barcelona, he has to sign with them as a free agent, not renew his contract. Yeah. We get that. There's literally no difference. So there's no difference between Messi signing a new contract or renewing his current one, other than there'll be a window where he could sign with another club if he wanted to. But like I said, there would be way more rumors about him leaving if that was going to be the case. Half Dutch, half Egyptian, living in the UK. That's cool as shit. Very cool. 105, 110 pounds. I think 47 kilograms. I don't know what the conversion is. Do it up, Hazries. Let us know. And also Messi would stay because he won Copa del Rey. I would say winning Copa del Rey has little to do with it. I think it is, I would say a factor, but not a primary factor in terms of Messi staying. I think it's much more important that we signed Aguero. I think it's much more important that that we figured out, at least for the next season, who's going to be our manager. That's it's kind of important factors there. Hazard's 12. All right. Yes, you might be the youngest in here then. Good for you, brother. Hanging out with the old boys. 112 pounds, Ayush? Yeah, you need to gain some weight. That's okay, though. As long as you're healthy, it's all good. Humberto saying, don't see why Messi would stay other than Aguero. Well, he would stay because of loyalty to the club, because of all of the money that we can offer him, because, honestly, I don't think there's another club that would bring him in that gives him a better chance at winning Champions League in the next 2 years, except Man City. Like, if Lionel Messi went to Man City, I would say, you know what? It's been a hell of a career. Thank you for everything that you did for the club. I wish you the best at Man City. I would be heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken, but it's one of those things that Lionel Messi has given everything that he possibly could to the club, so we can't ask him for anything else. With that said, I still think he stays because of his loyalty and because we still have a strong squad around him. It's been a little bit since I've talked about this, but this is really the main reason. Here, we'll start with this. The main reason why I'm not worried about Messi signing a new contract is because of the progress that we made last year. It's been mentioned in the chat, Copa del Rey. Yes, that is a factor, but more importantly, look at the young players around him now that we did not have a year, 2 years ago, particularly Pedri, Moriba, who still has room for growth. He's up and coming, yes. Ansu Fati, Frankie de Jong, Araujo, Mingueza. You're getting these young players coming up that Lionel Messi is excited about. You saw around the second half of the season last year, around when Ronald Koeman changed the formation to a 3-back, we started getting a little bit more out of these young players. They started getting more chances and they started proving themselves. Pedri in particular, you can see the joy on Lionel Messi's face when he plays with Pedri and he sees some of the talent, some of the potential in the young Spaniard. So it's players like that. We have 6, 7 young guys around Lionel Messi now, combined with some veterans coming in like a Sergio Aguero, that really gives a strong balance to the club in terms of experience and youth for the future. So you take all that together, and it's not quite a complete fresh start for Lionel Messi, but it is enough to be excited for the next couple of years and have a puncher's chance, we'll say, in Champions League. I'm not going to come out and say that we're favorites. By no means. There's plenty of clubs out there that have a lot of talent that are a notch above Barcelona currently. But with some of the signings we got coming in, maybe we continue down that path. Maybe we get ourselves a strong defensive midfielder to replace the aging Sergi Busquets. I love you, but you're getting a bit up there. Then maybe we make a good run in Champions League, and who knows what happens. When you have Lionel Messi on the pitch, anything can happen, folks. Anything can happen. We just got to set ourselves up for success in that way. So, like I said, Copa del Rey last year, that helps. New players coming in this summer, that helps. But the young players around Lionel Messi, like Pedri, Serginho Dest is another one that he can be excited about. I think that's the main reason why he's sticking around. Got one more chance left. I think we're going to have a good run this year. I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see what happens. But I think Lionel Messi signs a contract, whether it's a renewal or whether it's new, however you want to phrase it. I think pen goes to paper, Messi stays, and Barca has a great campaign this year. That's what I'm thinking. All right, let's catch up on the chat. Omar is also 12. Very cool. Griezmann is on the Man City radar. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine Pep Guardiola wanting Griezmann, especially if they're going to bring in Jack Grealish and Harry Kane. There's no way they spend money on Griezmann. Living in the UAE. Very cool. Thoughts on Ancelotti back to Real? That's interesting. I don't think it's going to be long-lived. I think that's going to be a short stay for him, and it's really just because he knows the club. They need someone to come in and, kind of settle things down a bit. So I'm not, listen, it doesn't worry me. We all know what we're getting from Ancelotti, so I'm not too worried about it. What else? Ancelotti back, but no James back. What month? You guys talking about age? Very good, very good. No more Zidane Black Magic. Zidane is looking like he's going to be the next coach of the French national team, which will be pretty cool. Let's see here. Messi's definitely staying. He's got his best friend Kun Aguero. They're younger talent like Messi and Copa del Rey. Yeah. It's childish for Barca to bring Messi's friends in for him to stay. It's like Messi is a child that's upset. Sure, that was 100% an apology to Lionel Messi for shipping off Luis Suarez, who honestly we probably should have kept for one more year based off the results. But who knows if he would have actually been that motivated and gotten in shape and whatnot. Does this make me a plastic fan? I've been supporting Barca because Messi, their playing style, and won the Champions League in 2015, but I keep supporting them in their bad season. No, that doesn't make you a plastic fan. A plastic fan would be if Lionel Messi goes to Man City and then you become a Man City fan. That would be a plastic fan, in my opinion. Listen, it happens. When I started out, Ronaldinho was my favorite player. When Ronaldinho went to AC Milan, I really did have a moment where I was like, okay, now that Ronaldinho's leaving, am I a Barcelona fan or am I a Ronaldinho fan? And the answer was I'm a Barcelona fan. That was a defining moment for me. Let's see here. Does McGregor take it to time or does Poirier win again? I think Poirier is going to win again. I think McGregor's done, to be honest. I think this is going to be his last big fight. Let's see here. Weston McKennie should force Messi to stay. Yes, let's go. Get Weston McKennie at Barcelona. Please. Please get him at Barcelona. Oh, shit. I would just be so excited if Weston McKennie ended up at Barcelona. I would absolutely lose my shit. Absolutely lose it. Barcelona Player of the Year, Frankie de Jong. Sure, that makes sense. Let's see. Dustin and Khabib destroy Conor, probably. Yes, I don't know how we got on UFC, but I'm okay with that. I do love it. Been supporting for 4 or 5 years. That's good. I've been supporting since I was 15. So 18 years now I've been supporting the club. 18 years. Yeah, it doesn't matter when you start watching. You know what I mean? Because the time will go on. So it's just how loyal you are to the club. Oh, Ayush, it is officially named, and it was Frankie de Jong. Okay, that's cool. That makes sense. I mean, he was probably our most consistent player all year long. Kaza Cage. Right on, man. Good morning to you. So that's good. Good for Frankie de Jong winning the Player of the Year. I think that's fitting, right? I don't know if anybody else would necessarily be deserving of that. You could maybe throw up Ter Stegen, but I know he did have some poor performances. First Barca game you watched was 5-2 against Atletico Madrid in 2008. Very cool. I actually started watching the year that Lionel Messi debuted. It was just coincidence. I got to see his debut. I got to see his first goal assisted by Ronaldinho. It was amazing. Amazing. Yeah, you could give it to Messi, Ayush, but you could also give it to Messi every year, so you might as well spread that love a little bit. That's okay, Hazard. I would, like I said, I was 15 years old before I started watching European soccer. So you're getting into it younger than I did. So by the time you're my age, you'll be ahead of the game. You can have your own channel and be bigger than I am by the time you're my age. That is a strong possibility. Anything else, folks? Anything that we are potentially missing? Just watched Barcelona versus Juve UCL. Liked Messi earlier. That was the 2015 final, I'm assuming. England versus Germany was a good game. Hope Italy versus Belgium is good. Italy versus Belgium should be a good match. We'll see. I get nervous because the later you go into these rounds, sometimes teams get a little bit nervy and they kind of clam up a little bit. You don't get as many open matches. But this tournament so far has been absolutely wild. Some of the big nations are getting knocked out early. Some of the smaller nations are coming out playing very exciting football. So it's been a fun tournament. Like I said, I haven't been able to stream a lot of it due to my work schedule. We'll get that squared away here as we move through, but very exciting stuff. Can't predict the semifinals until we're get through the quarters, but if you're asking me to predict who's going to be in the semifinals, let's take a quick look here. Look at the matches. I'm going Spain over Switzerland. I'm going Belgium over Italy. I'm going Denmark over Czech Republic. I'm going England over Ukraine. That's what I got. A group of death died. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I hear you, Vipula. I just can't imagine Griezmann going to Man City. I don't see it happen. I think Griezmann goes to PSG, if anywhere. England do have a chance to win. Out of the remaining 8, England probably have the strongest squad, and then Belgium, then Italy, then Spain, I would think, just in terms of player personnel. Switzerland beat France and U.S. men's national team, or Switzerland beat France and the U.S. men's national team. Does that put U.S. at France level? Pretty much. Yep, that's exactly how that works. That's exactly how that works. What's up, Levi? How we doing, friend? Good morning to you. Yeah, Jadon Sancho. What is going on with Jadon Sancho? Is he just not getting any playing time, or has he been injured? Marcus Rashford deletes tweet confirming Jadon Sancho. Apparently he's going to United, so good for him. Italy have a good chance, but it could be one of these dark horse countries. That's also a possibility. Southgate played Saka over him. Yeah. You gotta make those decisions. I mean, when you win the match, it's hard to go back and judge him for it. Yeah, Levi, we talked about that a little bit, and it looks like Barcelona is actually going to go and play a match in Israel sometime this summer. Well, all right, Hazries, that's where I'm gonna push back a little bit. Unless these clubs are in different leagues on different levels, you got to pick. So you can't support Barcelona and Juventus or Manchester City and PSG. You can't do that. You can do like I go Barcelona, and then I support FC Cincinnati because it's a lower league. They'll never be competing with each other. You can do that. So I'm going to need to hear what these 3 clubs are. And that's not to say that you can't appreciate other clubs. I watch a lot of English Premier League. So Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea even, right? I love watching those clubs. But Ayush, you too. You can't support 2 major clubs. You got to pick one. You can't have Barcelona and Man City. You can love and appreciate, but you can really only claim support for one club. So, okay, so Hearts, West Ham, Barcelona, that fits. All right, so Ayush, so then what you need to say then is you support Barcelona, but you love watching Man City. That's how I would say that. So, like, listen, I'm pretty particular just about using the word support. So, like, I root for Chelsea, right? I'm cheering on Chelsea right now because I love Christian Pulisic. But I'm not going to say that I support Chelsea, right? I am a Barcelona supporter at the end of the day. Hey, Drew, what's up, buddy? Dude, Drew, goddammit, I got to message you. I'm going to do it right after the show. That's going to wrap up here in a minute. Drew, I looked into doing a little dual live stream, so I got to message you about that. And good morning to you, sir. Who else? So Hazri says support the U.S. national team, Myanmar, because it's where your parents are from, and then Barca. Okay, so that works. That totally works. You can support your national team. You can support the national team of your heritage and a club team. That totally works. Right on, Drew. For those of you that weren't here the last time Drew dropped in, Kicking It with Drew, he's got his own channel, covers a lot of U.S. men's national team, but he is also a supporter of Barcelona. So he and I are going to try to connect for some of these Gold Cup matches, see if we can get a dual live stream going, help build our audiences a little bit. So everyone say hello to Drew and check out his channel when you get a moment. Yeah, Hazries, you're all good. You're all good. Ayush saying that Sancho was in City earlier, was in Manchester City? Because if he's in Manchester, how do we know he's not negotiating with the Reds? Barcelona and Dortmund, but Barca more. Whew. Dortmund's close. Dortmund's close. They're not quite an elite club, so I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, but that's a close one. And I don't mean to give you all shit. You guys can watch who you want to watch, of course, but just be careful about saying who you support. In my opinion, you should support one club, one, maybe 2 countries, But the more you can trim that down, the better. Good point, Levi. Most people's grandparents served in the military. That's pretty factual. Mine certainly did as well. Good stuff. All right, folks. I think this is where we're going to end for today. We talked about Messi's contract. We talked about some of the departures. Nailman, how you doing, dude? Been a while. Good morning to you. So we talked about who left. Conrad De La Fuente to Marcel, Todibo to Nice. We talked about Mateus Fernandez contract just being cut, being canceled. It was pretty wild. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I think as the Euros and as Copa America winds down, that's when we're going to start to see some more players on the move. We'll start to see some of those player swaps that Joan Laporta has been talking about. He basically said, hey, we're not going to be paying directly for any players, but we are still going to make a few player swaps. He said 3 or 4 more. That was before the Depay deal. So expect 2 or 3 more player swaps for Barcelona. We'll see what happens. Ayush, my nephew, my Indian nephew, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Listen, folks, I want you all to have a wonderful day. What day is today? Wednesday. So it's halfway through the week. Hump day. I hope you guys have fun. Just catching up on the chat here, making sure everybody's behaving themselves. Anyway, so yes, for those of you that are new, welcome to join the community. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, make sure you don't miss any of my pop-up streams that I do. Euros, Copa America are going to be inconsistent. I'll do a match here and there, but all of the Gold Cup matches coming up will be here on the channel. And of course, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, it is time to wake up in Barca with the #1 Cules community right here on the Undefeated channel. My friends, thank you so much. Levi, Ayush, Referee, Hazries, Vipula, Nailman showing up. My main man, Drew. Who am I missing? Richard, been hanging out. Hazries, I think I said you. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. But yeah, good stuff, folks. I really do love starting my days with y'all. So I will see you on Friday for Wake Up in Barca. Have a great day, everybody. Mwah.